Hello? Oh yeah, welcome back to Ding Dong, Your Opinion is Wrong. I'm your host, Hillbilly Willie.
Thanks. Gene, show me a soda.
Gotta be faster than that.
Touche.
Three shade.
Crazy.
Nuts, baby.
A normal, what is it, Men's Day? It's
What?
Wednesday.
I think said Men's Day. I'm like, excuse you? I was like,
okay. What? No. We don't even know what men are.
I was like, what the hell, Will? You just switched up on me?
Here, we're not sexist. We're not racist.
I don't even know what sexist is. Like, ist? Never heard of it.
We're not serial murderers. We did just talk about serial murderers, but we're not serial murderers, and we're not going to talk about that anymore because we love Jesus. This podcast has everything to do with not religion or politics or anything to do with anything scandalous. You know what I mean? Like, we're just wholesome. You know what I mean? Like, remember back in the day we used to do false narratives? This is the reboot of false narratives, except this time around it's not spiteful. And it's not supposed to be about clearing.
Was it spiteful?
Well, I created that name out of spite because I felt like there was a lot of false narratives about me.
Yeah.
Of that my people in life,
the
people in life knew about me or whatever that I knew personally, and they were saying those things. And during that time, it felt like it really mattered, but it didn't. It never mattered, and like I gave it too much. So I feel like, well, we did really good. We did really good with that, and there's a lot of those podcasts still up. I left them up if they were normal. There were times I had moments where I was like just all about. I was just trying to prove a point, and I didn't know how to do it. But
It's okay.
It was out of spite to other people, or out of spite for their opinions of me and what they thought of me.
I mean,
that's not normal.
Yeah, I mean.
Now I've grown up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we don't judge here.
I mean, we do. We're humans. We do judge people. We don't mean to. We also say that.
I judge you if you decide to sit at a table instead of a booth when we go to a restaurant.
Like, I judge you if you're bisexual. But I have to learn to give up on that.
I'm not. Pick a side.
Right.
Save some for us. Greedy bastards.
All right.
The devil said, greed is a sin. You bisexuals.
But nobody said anything on those videos, and you know why?
Because they know we're right.
And we got a lot of likes.
Because guess what? We'll pick a side for you, bisexuals.
Yeah, we will.
Heaven or hell? Hell.
You had no time to probably feel bad for yourself.
No. I mean, I was in a relationship with someone.
Oh, okay.
And then I was in school and working.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, I'd be sitting there watching, like, the shows after I did, like, my online work because I'd be bored as hell.
Yeah.
We lived in two different cities, too. So, like, I was living in there, so I was working at Taco Bell.
Okay.
And then going to school. And then...
They're not that far away, though. It wasn't, like, so far away.
What?
I think it was like Milton.
Yeah, Milton and Pensacola.
It's just, like, kind of hard, though.
But actually, though, really...
It's far, but it's...
You don't realize... Okay, because that was my first relationship. Being in two different cities, right?
Yeah.
So I still had that independence that I didn't realize that I didn't want to give up on my second one of, like, I can do what I want when I want and not have to explain anything to you.
I had a lot of trouble with that.
Yeah, because I don't have to explain it to you because at the same time, he was doing the same thing, but we're two cities apart. If I say I'm going to bed and I'm really riding around going to Alabama, I'm
trying to cruise.
Like, if I said that I was doing this, there's no way of him checking me unless, like, he drove all the way, you know?
Yeah.
And same with me. That's how he got away with a lot of stuff. With the second one...
For me, it wasn't like that at all. I was like, I was calling him up, trying to tell him everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everything, because there was things that happened that I just would never say. But
yeah. Like, I just grew up never having to explain myself to anybody. Like, I know what I'm going to do it because I know what to do, and I know my independence was always, like...
You always had that.
Yeah, first
Maybe
nature.
A little too much.
Yes. Because it's like, I don't understand.
When I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of that. I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I had to explain exactly where I was going, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who am I going there with? And
yeah.
then all of a sudden, I'm in this house, and I was like, I kind of felt like set up a little bit, because it's like,
Yeah,
but I didn't expect to be here, is the thing. I didn't want to be here either.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, the person left me, and then I was here by myself, because he wanted me to live here.
Yeah.
And then I was so sad. I trying to work all the time. You know
That's
what I mean?
how Sally went. Like, I was in school when Sally hit.
That's
and
what it was.
He had just ghosted me like a little. Like, we were kind of somewhat talking when Sally hit. But I'm sitting here moving in this house that we had just got 3 months together. You up and leave me during Sally.
It was 1
I have no
month
power.
For me. So, like, I had just moved in 1 month prior. And it was like September 12th whenever Sally hit.
Yeah, because I think he just up and left, like, right...
No, Sally hit it the 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
But he left on the 12th.
He left on, like, I think it was right after my birthday was the 24th, went to Peg Leg Pete. And I think he left on, like, one of the first days of September.
And we were, like, really close, yeah.
And,
around the same time.
It was very much the same time.
We didn't know that either.
No.
But, you know.
And I was just, like, dang.
I was heartbroken.
Well...
I was on the laugh. I'm smiling right now. I'm not laughing, because I really should have been enjoying my life, but...
Well, no, like, it's a heartbreaking... To me, it's heartbreaking because, like, dang, like, at the end of the day, I know how to be independent, I know what to do, but, like, you really screwed me over. I did this for us.
I didn't know what to do. I was in school. I only had 3 classes left, so I was only doing those 3 classes. When I wasn't doing those, I was working.
I was going to UWF online. Yeah. I just couldn't stay in my trailer because, like, there's no power. I had to wait to get our personal power pole.
Well, you didn't have power at my house either, at my mom's.
So I'd literally all day, and then luckily, like, the days that my mom didn't have work, I can just go over there and sleep in her bed, and we just rotate.
Did you were doing classes online?
Mm-hmm.
But Sally hit after or before COVID, right? Yeah. Right before COVID.
Sally hit
COVID-19. You're right. Never mind.
But COVID, honestly, when did COVID stop?
It did kind of, but it didn't.
Like, you had, like, the pandemic part of COVID, I feel like, and then you had people...
Well, for me, it never really started, because I had, like, a pass, like, the Uber sent out a pass to everybody where it was like, okay, if you're out and about, you have a reason to be out and about, like, you have a
pass.
Thing, you have a pass, yeah.
I just remember the everybody getting cut off from work, and they were mad because I was newer there, and they just cut me out.
You remember that?
Yeah.
There was a curfew hour.
I just remember just being broke, only working like 4 hours.
I wasn't broke.
Well, like...
It's funny, too, because I lost my job.
Everybody was mad because, like, I was one of the first, like I was, like, the new hires. And people were like, well, why did y'all pick her to stay? And...
Not them.
Yeah. And people were pissed about that.
Well, for me, I lost my job or whatever. And I was so upset. But then, because I thought it was the end of the world. I was working at the post office.
I mean, it's a bad, like... You lose your job during a bad time.
It was a bad time, yeah. But then I started doing Uber full time.
Mm-hmm.
So much more money.
Yeah.
I was making so much more money. I was so shocked. And I remember I was driving around in my black car, you know what I'm saying? But this was before I was picking people up. I was only picking up people's, like, groceries or their food. And usually groceries, though. I only did my Walmart stuff. There was a lot of money in that.
See...
I think it was around the time I was probably still Postmates, actually, when I moved in here, yeah. So I was making tons of money. I was making so much money, it was ridiculous.
Okay, fuck you.
I was saving it, too, yeah. I was saving it
up. I would try to save.
all this money.
I did.
Nobody believed me, either. Like, I was trying to do it for other people, to be honest. Like, the spite thing, like, happened right after my breakup. Like, I learned that people were not rooting for me like I thought they were, or they were just, like, not there for me when I thought they were going to be there, because I was always there for the people that I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, even the people that were there for me at that time, like, I'm not going to name names, but I'm just going to say, like, I didn't realize they were there for me. Like, I was just, like, so ungrateful. I was like, who's really my friend and who's not? Like, but obviously, I was just going through something stupid. Like, and I shouldn't have allowed it to get to me that bad.
No, I mean, that's, like,
it still does to this day for some reason, but...
I feel like then, like, I kind of got looser with, like, the whole, because I was really strict. Like, I didn't want him to drink, blah, blah. Well, we started drinking more. I started going back drinking, hanging out. We spent a lot of time hanging out with my cousin.
And all of a sudden, then me and you kind of met around a year later.
Yeah, because I was hanging out with my cousin. He left me. She told me what the plan was. And
a mutual friend of ours. Or somebody that we used to be friends with?
No. So I started drinking a lot more. Tabitha was there. I was getting in trouble. And then I met number 2 ex.
Yeah, but... Oh, and then you guys broke up.
Yeah, because I like the drinking though, like throughout that time had just progressed.
Because you weren't happy even with them.
Yeah, I wasn't happy in general with anything.
Nothing was
still
going to make you happy.
School.
Like, because you wanted to be with somebody and they didn't want to be with you. And
I didn't want to know. I didn't.
Well, you know, silence can make you think that you want something when you don't.
I didn't know. It wasn't even that. It was the fact of he was supposed to be my ticket out.
Yeah. Or, like, somebody's going to save you. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he was my only companion for 3 years.
And you know, when you're in a relationship, you kind of make vows, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like he was... What kept me loyal to him was the fact of...
He was not doing anything to harm you, like, cheating on you and, like...
No, not necessarily. It was, I owe him my loyalty because I know that's what he wants, and he's going to get me out. He's going to get me out of this hole.
Right.
Fine, I'll give him that. He wants marriage. There you go.
It was
I'll marry you so I get my kids.
Like, I was really happy. But I also felt like I'll never ever find this again. Like, this is the true thing. Like, this is and it is, and it still is to this day. You know, I think I'll be over it once I get into a new relationship.
Well, there's different depths of love,
and that love was just so amazing to me. You know, it was awesome.
So many depths.
There really was, and there's a lot of things that aren't said at the moment. A lot of people live, you know, it's weird. I learned a lot. Or they couldn't live outside of their parents' ruling. You know what I mean? Like, I knew my parents were stricter, but they allowed me to do things. They just wanted to know where I was going. But yeah, back to that though. But we were living in these places alone.
Yeah, just unhappy in general.
And then we have people around us that didn't have our best interests.
Yeah, and then it all crashed and burned.
Or even if they did have our best interest, we didn't see it. No,
I had Tabitha.
There you go.
Tabitha was...
And so you probably pushed her away because she...
No, Tabitha knows how to deal me, and I thank her very much for it. It was just like...
You were just sad.
Yeah. My drinking had gotten so bad.
November of 2020.
Yep, my drinking got so bad, like I'd wake up shaking.
Yeah.
You know, like...
That's not good. You could have had seizures from that.
Yeah, like
You could have.
But there was no joke of, like, when they say that they were tired of, they're going to send me off, they're going to send me off.
In a positive way.
Well, and you know...
But then again, you know, that type of thing is not always positive for everybody. No. Like, it's not something that's going to always be a good thing.
And then I had a parent that comes back that is now... clean. Chose, you know, and I'm thinking maybe I finally get to have this relationship that I've always wanted.
Right, because well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that was after.
No.
I mean, you kind of...
No, my mother got...
She wasn't living with you yet, though.
No, but my mom got...
You're just saying she got clean, okay.
Yeah, because my mom, from middle school to...
She wasn't really there, present.
It was on and off.
But she was there sometimes.
Kind of some...
Not really a parent.
Curtis didn't meet my mom until we were dating for over, like, a year.
God.
Because she was away. She was...
doing whatever it was.
Yeah, and then we'd meet her, have lunch with her. We might kind of somewhat talk every now and then. She'd get locked up.
It's so weird, too, because I felt like y'all were so close.
No, like, I don't...
Y'all had, like, a good... when she was around, I felt like y'all had a good little bond. Maybe it's just because I felt like y'all look so much alike, and she seemed so, you know...
It's a great... Me and my mom are fine for a little time, but long times, no, because we've never had to deal with each other for a long time. As me being an adult.
Right.
Or me even being a you know, you don't know me. You think that, you know...
Yeah.
The envy, the jealousy, all that.
I could just tell that y'all looked alike, I think is all it really was.
And that's what, like...
Y'all kind of, not, I'm not going to say act alike. It's really funny.
Yes, me and Mom...
Your mom has a good sense of humor.
Yes, me and my mom are very... We shoot back at each other. We know how to push each other's buttons.
Yeah.
And we've always done that. Curtis was there... Curtis was the only person I had there consistently. Because like I said, both parents were...
That's why you felt like he's like almost like a savior.
Yeah, he's the only person that never abandoned me.
I don't want to say savior, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like a savior. Like
for 3 years, this person chose to stand by my side when everybody else has abandoned me.
Yeah.
I owe him whatever he wants to get me out.
I felt like I was just really so happy. I just never expected to be in that position.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was watching Sabrina. I was watching
Sabrina
Good
was
Place.
good as hell.
I love that show. I ain't even gonna tell you all the plot of that. You're gonna have to figure that out.
I was like, Dave, I want to
The Good Place. The Good Place is not that great of a plot.
I watched Tiger King.
I watched it too. I didn't watch the second season, but it's better. I watched the first episode of the second season, and it's better. You watched the whole thing?
I think I watched like the first one, and I kind of like kept it a background noise.
Well, I'll tell you what. The first episode of the second season, I'm surprised I didn't watch the whole thing because the Tiger King. You think you know everything, and there's so many layers to that man. It's unbelievable. They didn't even get into that until the second season, like who he really is or who he really was in the past, because they just showed his present day, like what's going on.
See, okay, no, I got into the part in this where they talk about his past.
See, I only saw bits and pieces from the first episode.
Sad. Like, it was really sad.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: he was like a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop.
And he had another husband. He had like a man, or their partner.
Yes, they were together for years.
And this was during a time whenever, like, it was like not normal to get married to a man. So like this is before that ever happened.
But like,
he drove like a Trans Am.
Yeah, he had a Trans Am. he was very normal. Like he had god kids. He was very a part of the kids'
And the guy he was with was normal too. Yeah. And they were just normal together. He was a cop.
And then he died in his arms.
His partner died in his. It's almost kind of like
it was he had cancer.
Are y'all serious?
It was hospice.
Are you sure it was cancer?
I'm pretty sure it was cancer. He had cancer.
Oh no.
And I think what it was like he literally like was
That's
on
so crazy.
like hospice or whatever, and like he.
I'm not smiling because of that. I'm smiling because it's like, whoa. It's like change you.
Yeah, and that's
and
exactly
look at that.
They were like,
it shows who he is in the first season. It's like a prequel to the aftermath in the first season. You know what I mean? It's like some layers. Yeah. So this is why he did what he did.
I mean, honestly, like anybody that has that type of hurt and loss,
they deal with things a lot differently all the time, but you never know what they'll do. He just created this whole entire kingdom of animals. And
like he loved his animals and he didn't want to let them go.
And he had money too.
Just
apparently,
like
I mean,
you know, he loved his husband, didn't want to let him go. He loved them animals and didn't want to let them go.
Right.
And he would not let anything stop that.
He did love those animals.
He did, and you know maybe it wasn't like the best. I mean, it's a wild animal, blah blah blah.
He was something that kept him going.
But at the same time,
anything to keep somebody going.
He's a wild,
successful.
I say he sees himself probably as a tiger, but a wild animal. Because
I think he was a king in his own right, because really,
he's a gay man,
and he's winning. He was winning at the time. He was actually had a farm. Or not a farm, but what do you call it? A zoo?
A zoo.
Open zoo.
Yeah.
And these people work for him, and he pays them money. You know what I'm saying? They live there, too, and it's like he's providing for them, and they provide for him.
But he connects with these wild animals because society sees him as a wild animal.
It's hard to do those types of things, too.
And not saying that gay people are wild animals, but society tends to make
he probably felt very isolated, especially after losing his partner.
Yes.
He probably felt like this the end of the world.
Yeah, everybody's against him.
Yeah, that's how it feels. That's really how it feels. I wasn't with somebody for 20 years, but I imagine that. I mean,
but look at tigers. Tigers are these wild, like they're
He's a king. Yeah,
yeah. He just wants to find an animal that represents him.
Two other people it was the woman, Carol Baskin, and then there was another guy.
Yeah, that cult guy.
The other guy, yeah, and he was another guy in that. But in that region, there's
they're all
three
messed
people.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she is definitely messed up. I think Carol Baskin's kind of really messed up, honestly.
But it's like...
Because I feel like she didn't deserve to get... Whatever he was doing, trying to kill her or something. This shit get wild. That was wild. And he goes to jail for it. He went to jail for that.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that's kind
of... It's not funny. It's not funny. It was crazy.
But I mean, honestly, like...
She killed her husband, though.
Yeah, she did. And I feel like they did make it sound like he really set it up to kill
Well, they did.
But, like, I don't think, like...
And he went to jail for that.
Yeah, but, like, I think they overstretched it. I think that one guy, that dick guy that took all his money in the zoo and shit, I think they helped set it up to make it more than what it was. Like, they're liars. All them guys on there were liars.
But it seemed like
they were conniving.
It seemed like shit was going down, though. Like, they showed videos of him, like, on that. It was messy. Everything was so messy. He was so messy.
They literally set him up for failure.
He was messy.
They played on it.
He should have been more careful.
Yeah, but when you have people that you think
you
that you can trust.
are your friends, and then they're sitting there and they're trying to persuade you in a certain way.
Yeah.
They did, though.
They set him up.
They got him all the right,
They literally set him up.
They got them the dude, right?
They switched on him.
It's like they got him the guy that he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened? Did he ever get down there to do it? Like what?
No,
I think the people up there called on him.
I just took the money and I just
and then they called on him.
Yeah. Like it was a setup.
Oh my god, that was so retarded. I'm gonna say it. I just saw a video and it's going viral and it had 127,000 likes and this guy was like drifting in his go-kart and he's like making a song and he called himself a retard or whatever. So whatever. The word's coming back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might just cut that out.
Lovely.
I'm not that scandalous. I don't even like to see that word, but bloody hell, I didn't say it anyways. Anyways. But yeah, I saw that. Those shows got me through. Not got me through.
But
Trisha Paytas got me through a lot.
A lot?
Oh my god, you wouldn't even believe how much Trisha Paytas got me through. Like, seriously, there was moments in life where I was like, thank God she's here. Like, thank God. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know why. I just related to her. She was just on the camera, she's going through this breakup too, and she's crying her eyes out and everything. She's like, Jason Bourne.
Falling off my car, creating dents in my car, bruising.
Oh, yeah, I broke my teeth out of my...
Yeah.
I broke 2 teeth.
Yeah. Waking up to some girl and having to ask her if we slept together in my bed.
Oh my god. There were just moments where I was really...
It was bad.
I was blacked out.
It was bad. And it wasn't the fact... I
blacked out.
I loved him, but I loved him more as a companion. But
I wish I loved myself more during that time.
Because to me...
I now know what self-love is, but I didn't.
I let the only person that actually...
cared about your well-being.
Those that actually stayed... He did me like the rest of them. They're always going to leave.
But he wanted the best for you, and at the time you didn't realize it.
No. At the time, I'm like... Everybody always leaves me. They never pick me. They never want me. Why am I not good enough?
Thought.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah. And I will
never be out of this hellhole.
In my case, I always felt like, well, I'll never find anyone that's going to amount to this. Because this was, like, look at all these memories we have. It was so meant to be. It was so, like, this, that, and the third. And I'm gay. So it's like there's a lot less options.
Yeah.
Because the ones that are gay, they tend to not want it. Like, there's a lot of people that are DL or whatever you call it, down low, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to say it. I've even had Uber. I had an Uber with this one guy. He was so hot, too. So hot. Alabama boy. You know what I'm saying? But he was from, like, Auburn, and he just was, like, saying how he's on the down low. He didn't want anybody to know about it and all this. Yeah. Never did anything. Never went anywhere. Whatever. I think that guy in general was just like raised by people that were super homophobic. And
to me it's just I don't know. I like understanding people because if I don't understand it or if I don't know it, I want to understand.
Then you probably would enjoy Ubering people.
I would enjoy
as long as they weren't crazy, because there are crazy people. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when the normal ones are around. They are interesting to hear these people talk about their lives or whatever it is they were doing or where they're going or what's happening. But they did want to say
I like
something.
Listening like long term because I feel like, 30 minutes.
It's not that long.
Not even that, but like.
You don't really get to know somebody.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you.
What they want you to know.
What they want.
Yeah.
And it's kind of.
Like there was times where I had like some really interesting like.
And I feel like that's the fun part of like. You want more.
It was a rush sometimes because I never knew when it was going to be crazy. But I don't know if I like chaos or not.
That's what I would like is like the guessing game of, are you really who you are that you just sat here and talked to me for an hour for?
I just wanted to make sure that.
What are you?
To be honest, I have anxiety really badly, so you wouldn't even expect me to be doing it, but I was. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm here with these random. I just want people to be normal, really, and just like, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to talk to me.
Yeah.
But I did like talking to people. Because it was therapeutic to me. Because I have anxiety so bad. It's like, God, here I am with people in my back seat.
It's comforting.
Or sometimes they insisted on sitting in front.
It's comfortability of like, okay, like.
Let's figure this out. Like, who are you? And what is going on here?
Can I trust you? Do I know you?
Everyone's
are you like
different.
Me?
Everyone's so different.
Yeah.
That's the first time ever I really realized that. Like, I mean, no, it isn't actually. I realized that when I was young, but.
That people are different?
Yeah. That there's a whole world. There's worlds of people. Like, it feels like, at least. When you're young, it feels like that when you, like, fly on the plane. and you're going to this place, and everybody's like Korean, like, you know what I mean? It just felt like I just floated on a whole nother planet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those people live their lives completely different. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way.
But it's not the norm for you.
It's different than here.
Yes.
A lot different.
It's
third world.
Yeah.
It's not a first world country.
No.
Meaning, like, the people are poor, and not everyone is, but, you know what I mean? Majority is, and they're, they're just different. It's different.
I think that's what I like.
I'm glad that happened, though.
Like, drama and acting and stuff is, like...
I liked doing that, too, and I wish I did drama.
Like, I liked in high school how I
think
played
that would help us. We should go into... as adults, we can do it.
Yeah, everybody used to always tell me to do it. My cousin Eli did drama. But...
Cue us at the Pensacola Theater. And we're just like, hopping in the air.
I was going to do drama, and I was just like, no, like, that's
I guess it's different to be involved in drama and not come to the show. Because the people that come to the shows, my mom always said, are yuppies.
Well, people that do drama, like, at PHS, they're very much the IB kids and the
ones that come from...
Yes. That aren't really great at acting a role because they're not...
They don't really care about it.
They have not studied other people and other...
Probably never really seen a lot of it.
Because to play a role, you kind of have to understand your character.
Yeah.
How can you understand that character if you don't know that way of life?
Right. They're just doing it to get them another honor roll or another little...
Well, they're just doing it...
They have to do that to be in the IB. Like, you have to do something. Right? Extracurricular.
You have to do a lot of crazy crap for IB.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, what I'm saying, like, they don't have to do drama. Like, drama
They could do, like, sports. They could do whatever. You have to do something extracurricular.
Yeah, like art,
they're probably
photography.
It'd be easy to do.
But there's a drama club that does, like, the plays.
Right. That's extracurricular.
Yeah, IB kids hated having classes with the general pop in 9th and 10th grade. Because, like, here we are, this person just got arrested for shooting another student. And then the IB kids are like...
This place called Camelot for the bad kids.
Well, it's like... Like, one of them be liking my stuff on Facebook. I'm like, don't message me, shoutout.
That's a good one.
Love yourself so you don't settle.
I mean, to be honest with you, what'd you say?
Love yourself so you don't settle.
That's a good one. Say that louder.
Love yourself so you don't settle.
Love yourself.
Like, I didn't know what love was because, to me, growing up, I only seen best friends or hating each other. Me and my first one, I saw him as a best friend. I don't necessarily say I loved him as a best friend. In love, as romantic, I was going to give him that to get my want and needs. But also, like, man, I could be fighting. I really want.
And now,
that's not okay. That's not normal. Normal people don't do that.
You look back at it and you're like, wait, okay, that's a good learning lesson.
I acted the way I saw love shown to me.
Right.
And that's not okay. There's depths of love. Like, the second one, I was in love with. I would have did anything to be with him. I would, that's the person I wanted to marry. Where he came from the same upbringing. We had to teach ourselves healthy, unhealthy. That was a hard thing.
Because you're probably both doing the same exact, like, harm towards you. Maybe, in some sense. I don't know.
Yeah, we both came from toxic views of love. And it's a hard thing to do, like, when two people love each other but can't be together due to other reasons. That's a hard one to grasp because it's, you love me, why can't we be together?
Right.
I want out of life. If that means I get to be with you, I'll give it away for you.
Yeah, I'll give all everything I've ever had.
I will give up my boundaries and my wants and needs because I love you and you love me.
The respect you should have for yourself to begin with, because you should be able to say, hey, I deserve this in life. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I need to be treated like gold because I'm going to treat people like gold. You know what I mean?
Well, when you allow someone to, or when you disrespect your own boundaries by doing things that you don't want or giving up your wants and needs, you're unhappy, you're miserable, you start to hate that person, you start to hate yourself, and it's like, I don't hate this person, I hate me for not standing up and being like, I gotta give up.
But I bet you don't have any regrets, though.
No, I would do it all over again.
Me too. I would do it all over again, but I wouldn't change anything.
I would maybe stay in bed and hold them longer sometimes.
But
sometimes I don't think I would have reacted the way I did.
But you can't be hard on yourself.
No. It's
because you wouldn't be sitting here today, which is I think it's I think it's a wonderful place to be sitting.
It is, because at the end of the day, I'm not overstepping my wants and my needs and settling for something that...
Right. That's not going to serve you at the end of the day.
Yes, that's not a life I don't want.
I love you.
Yes.
I love you.
And everybody should do that. Like,
I think you have love for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you, at some point,
I'm not one to say...
you have to pull yourself out. Like,
you have to say it for yourself, not for me or anybody else, or you know what I mean? Like, you do it because you have love for yourself. That's what's important.
And that's a big thing, is like, you can love someone with all your heart, and they can love you with all their heart, but if you don't have love for yourself, you're not going to create a healthy relationship and a healthy life.
I didn't even want to live to be an old man, and now I do. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't think I'd make it to 25, and then like 25 hit, and I was like...
I used to say that all the time. I was like, I'm going to die young. I was like, okay with that idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to die young. I want to live. It wasn't until I got in a car accident. I want to live. It sucks to say that, too, because, like, I wish it didn't take me getting in a car accident, like, breaking bones. But, like, it did. It took that. And then I was like, okay, wait. I want to live to be old. I don't want to argue anymore with anybody.
You want peace.
I just want some peace and not quiet. I love chaos. But I don't want unhealthy chaos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So
I just want the loudness.
You want the ups and downs of life.
I want the loudness. I want to see the cool. I don't want the FOMO. I want to be there for the event. I want to be there for whatever it is. I want
present.
I want to find whatever it is that out there for me. You know what I'm saying? And for the people around me, I want the same thing. And I think that in order for you to ever feel that way, you have to remember that if you don't respect yourself, if you don't understand that you are worthy or that you're enough, you're never going to be able to get there, and you've gotten there. And
you're going to hate everybody around you. You're going to hate them.
You're pushing everybody away.
You're going to blame them. You're going to blame them. Really, it's you.
And you know who really, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to say a name right now. The only person that was really ever there for me during that time, because I didn't know you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about the car accident. I'm talking about before then. Yeah. Like whenever I first got left or whatever. My only friend that really cared was my friend Kayla. And you know what I did? Pushed her away. And you know, whatever. At the end of the day, we were younger and stuff like that. I think with age, everything kind of makes more sense.
No, like I was always a pusher. Like, I didn't do friends.
I had so many friends.
Tabitha, like, you know, me and Tabitha understand each other.
You always had a close friend group, and I feel like they were really good friends.
Yes, I kept it very small. Mm-hmm. And those are people that have known me for decades. Because they know me. They know that. Yeah. And they've seen the come up. They know that, like...
It wasn't easy to get here.
Yeah, and they understand that, like, my silence is not, you know, I'm here. I'm always here. But I can't stay in one place for too long. I have to go. I have to do this. I have to do that. Right. They understand that.
I feel like you've always taken accountability, though.
Yeah. There was a time, though, that...
I'm sure. Yeah. We all have moments.
And I do the same with my friends, too. Like, you know, look, I'm always here if you need. I might not agree with what you do, but I stand behind them. Right. It's loyalty.
It has to do with how much you care, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's loyalty. Like, at the end of the day, I don't agree. I think you deserve this or that, or I don't think blah, blah, but you're my friend. I'm going to stand behind you. Right. It's us against the world.
Right. Like, waking up in the hospital, I'm like, wow, where's Madison? And I'm like, 10 days later, I'm like, the video.
I had known that, like,
the video I was taking on my phone. I'm so glad I took it. I would have never remembered that moment. But I was like, I'm so pretty, right? And you know what the point of this is?
What?
Okay, I'll leave it in there. That I could say whatever I wanted to talk about.
Elon.
And this is what I want to tell you, Elon.
Daddy Elon.
Unless you want to get married, I'll be the new mom to all 13 of your kids, or I'll move you out.
How old are you?
We can live in a tiny house together and be billionaires. Anyways, that's all I have for today.
Peace out. Right down.
You wanna get closer? Oh, okay. Okay.
Why would you do that?
That sounded horrible.
It sounded so bad.
Mic dropped. Ding dong, your opinion's wrong.
Daddy things.
Mommy.